Hello everyone, Joseph Williams here of the YouTube page Tapizors. I know I said last time it's lame, but I admit it's not as lame as Fudgy Ring. Fudgy Ring's a pretty lame name. Now, this handheld mic, I know it's kind of lame, and a friend of mine suggested I use a pop filter because, well, P's and S's and T's and various other harsh sounds don't sound very good coming through a microphone. But until I can acquire something that doesn't look ridiculous on my microphone, I think I'm just gonna have to stay with this. I was gonna use my cut glove for my work. It's just like a fabric that I was gonna put over my glove or over my microphone, and it looked ridiculous and it didn't work very well. So I think I'll just stay with the mic now until I find some sort of fabric I can put over it. And I have a headset I could use. Uh, anyway, I just got finished recording another video, another daily vlog, and I decided I didn't like it very much, and it was kind of lame. It didn't really, do anything for me. It was more just like an advertisement. So I decided I'd do another one. I do one that'd be more entertaining. So today I'm going to talk about The Hobbit, which I am quite excited for. Um, as anyone, who's a big fan of fantasy or of the Lord of the Rings or has read the books, anyone's going to be excited for this movie. It looks awesome, amazing even. I mean, the trailers make it look so epic. And one thing I noticed about a lot of movies is that a lot of their lines cater to trailers, and they have a bunch of one-liners for trailers, and it's like there's stuff where it's like they say something and then someone goes, "Well, God help us," and then that's the trailer line. Or there's a scene where like a helicopter's coming down and there's an explosion behind it, and you're like, "That's the trailer scene." And what I love about the Hobbit trailers is sure, there are a couple things in there that seem really trailery, like the line where Gandalf is like, "Perhaps it is because I'm afraid." When like Galadriel asks him why he picked Bilbo to go on the quest, which I don't even think was in the book, and it's just like, yeah, that's totally a trailer line. Yeah, but there are plenty of lines, like plenty of scenes. A lot of the crap in there just seemed weird. I thought the trailer seemed kind of awkward, and it looks really cool. I mean, don't get me wrong, I think it looks badass. There's like goblins and things going off. Oh, they don't even have the dragon yet, and that's gonna be so cool. And it just looks like such a good movie, and I'm so glad that it doesn't seem like it's filled with a bunch of trailer fodder. And excuse me, and that's really exciting. Now, I kind of want to talk about hopes about continuity with the book as opposed to like you know. And I know the Lord of the Rings, I haven't read The Lord of the Rings in a long time. And I haven't read The Hobbit since like 10th grade. And I know there are quite a few things in Lord of the Rings that they either took out or added in. Like, the relationship with Arwen is really, amplified in the movies. And Tom Bombadil's completely absent from the movies. They put Shelob in book or movie 3 when it's actually supposed to be in book 2. They have Boromir die at the end of book 1 when he's supposed to die at the beginning of book or 2, and it's like a bunch of things. I mean, they got rid of the entire Barrow Down scene. They had Treebeard. They cut a lot of stuff for Treebeard, and then you have to get the extended editions. I think they're all extended editions now if you buy them anyway. But when the movies came out, it was missing stuff, and it's like you watch it now, it's really good. And the movies are like 4 hours long, and I mean, I love those movies. I adore them. They're so cool, and it's like one of my biggest things I'm really into. But what I'm hoping is The Hobbit was originally slated as like 2 movies, and I'm pretty sure the first one was supposed to be Bilbo leaving up until like the last battle at the end, and then after the battle, Bilbo goes back, and then I think it was supposed to have to do with other stuff that was happening, coinciding with the Hobbit story, and then stuff leading up to Lord of the Rings. At least that's what I read somewhere. And then they said they're making a trilogy, and I was really on board with that. I think it would sound, epic. You have, the first part where Bilbo's leaving, getting up to Lake Town, where the dragon is. And then the second book where Bilbo's at Lake Town and they're talking with the dragon, the desolation of Smog, and the whole Smog battle, and the Smog, story arc and stuff. And then after that, you have the battle of 4 armies after that. And you have the whole climax there. And I think it's going to be really cool. And I'm really curious to see what they do with the third movie, because we know what the first movie is going to be. It's going to be Bilbo on the adventure going through Mirkwood and all that stuff. We know the second one's going to be about the dragon, and if you've never read The Hobbit, I'm really sorry, but because it's a great book, it's a great fantasy, and you should read it for sure. And it's not that, I mean, it's I guess decently long. I mean, it's like it's easy to read. I read it in, I don't know, fast, and it pretty much keeps your interest. I mean, the beginning's a little slow when they're like describing hobbits, but it keeps your interest a lot throughout the book. And there's a lot of really fun stuff. There's giant spiders and elves and barrels and floating down rivers, and it's you're gonna love it if you read the book, and you're gonna love the movies for sure. You have to go see the movies; they're really good. They're gonna be really good. So yeah, I'm really hoping that just because they split into three movies, that they can fit the entire book in. I think that's what they were going for. There's so much content in this book that they can take and put into these three movies, and it's gonna be. I hope to God they use that to their advantage and put so much effort into making these as true to the book as they can. And I hope they make the elves jolly like they are in the book, because the ones in Lord of the Rings were all forlorn and sad all the time, and you always freaked out. I always thought the elf scenes were a little boring, just because the elves are like, if we do not get the ring to blah blah blah, we are going to blah blah blah, and they're always so serious. It's like, you are the one true king, only you can reunite the throne of men, and you're just like, okay, I want to see more orcs' heads getting chopped off, or I want to see, more giant spiders or dragons or whatever's going on in those movies. Those are cool. But then the elves are just like, So I really, in The Hobbit, the elves are supposed to be really jolly, upbeat, sing songs, they're drunk and fun. And I want the elves to be like that. And in the trailers, they don't look like they're like that. And it's just so weird, because I really want them to be, and I hope they don't have that Jackson-y feel where they're just, forlorn and serious all the time. Because I know Elrond is like, so this is your purpose, to go into the mountain. Some would not deem it wise. And you're just like, dude, you're supposed to be having fun, I honestly can't remember the whole Rivendell scene from the book very much. And I know the elves sing. I know that's in there. So there better be lots of songs. But I honestly can't remember if Elrond is supposed to be really serious at that scene. So I don't know. That might just be put into the. I don't remember Gandalf ever talking to Galadriel, but I know the way that the movies are going to work is that it's going to have the Hobbit main story, and then you're going to have the coinciding story where Gandalf is off doing his own thing and stuff. So I think that's going to be actually a really cool insight. And I think they're going to be pulling from the Silmarillion. I always say that wrong, which I'm really stoked for, because I haven't read the Silmarillion and I really want to. I hear it's a really hard read. But yeah, there's so much awesome Tolkien content coming in from that side. And again, if you've never read this stuff, go read it, because it's really good and it's really fun to read and it's iconic. The Lord of the Rings is like the Bible of fantasy. So yeah, read it. When The Hobbit comes out, I'm gonna be really stoked. I'm gonna go see the midnight premiere actually. But and they have the dude from Sherlock, the BBC Sherlock, playing Bilbo, and they have the Benedict Cumberbatch, also from BBC Sherlock, playing the dragon and playing Sauron, and I'm like, come on, this is so cool. I love that guy. He's such a badass, having him play the dragon. But I'm really confused, because they say that the dragon is gonna be motion capture. So what? How are they gonna mocap a dragon? They're having an actor for him. They say that they're using mocap on Benedict Cumberbatch to be the dragon. How is that gonna happen? I don't know. We'll see. Maybe facial. They'll have a weird dragon face. That's gonna look really awkward. I know it looked kind of weird in the Hobbit cartoon movie. But that movie, yeah, I didn't actually get to all the way through that. But I'm still really excited. Benedict Cumberbatch is awesome. And the Watson from Sherlock's going to be awesome as Bilbo. I can already tell. Of course, they have Andy Serkis coming back as Gollum, and Gollum is always super fun. He's this evil little creature. He's always really devious, but he's always really fun. And riddles in the dark, and that's my favorite scene from the book. And I'm just pumped for this movie. I know all you are pumped. I hope you guys go and see it. I know you're gonna go see it. Go see a midnight premiere. Hopefully they don't wait too long, putting the sequels out. And I know a lot of people think the trilogy thing's like a cop-out thing, but I think it's a really good idea to use it to get more content from the books into there. And I'm really excited, especially since Lord of the Rings, didn't have as much content from books in there, and so fingers crossed that Jackson actually gets all that stuff in there. So when that comes out, it's going to be a riot, or it's going to be fun, a riot. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed my little conversation with you about the Hobbit. Excuse me, what the hell? And if you want, you can leave a comment about, how you're excited for the Hobbit or whatever. But until then, we'll just have to, sit and wait in anticipation. Oh well, I guess I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.